Hello, hello. Welcome to today's live Fit Life training. So happy to have you here on this beautiful December day. I can't believe we're already a full week and a half, almost into this new month. That means Christmas is getting closer and closer. I'm sure you've already started some of the holiday parties. I know that I had one last week. So today's training is going to be super, super helpful for you. Especially if you love holidays, you love holiday treats, but you don't love how they make you feel. So that's what today's training is all about. Today's training is, I will be sharing just some healthy holiday swaps for you. And you'll also be getting a little recipe guide as well at the end of this training. So let's dive straight in. So again, welcome. My name is Trista Harrison. I am a women's health and fitness coach. I have been in this space for about 17 years now, and within the past couple of years have more transitioned to a holistic functional nutrition approach where I mean, honestly, it has completely changed and transformed my life in these past 2 years. I thought I was doing everything right, and my weight was gradually going in the wrong direction. So I just dialed some things in a little bit, started making a few swaps, you guys. Honestly, started training less and started seeing way more results. So it's just a few little minor things that you do. These like little tweaks can absolutely change your life. And that's exactly what this guide is all about. Just some little minor tweaks. Because my philosophy in coaching, my philosophy just in life is flexibility. How can we still enjoy the foods that we absolutely love without that all or nothing mindset? So I really focus on, 80% whole nutritious foods that are going to fuel our body, while the other 20% we can have a little bit of fun. We call them our soul foods, and we can indulge a little bit. So I want you to think about um, some of your favorite foods as we dive into this training. And if you guys have some questions, let me know. I would love to answer them. Or if you have, some foods that you would like to swap out or ingredients that you would like to swap out, let me know. And of course, I will make sure to add them to this training or talk about them. So a lot of times, what happens during the holidays is we overindulge in sugary, calorie dense foods. When we do that, we feel super sluggish, we feel bloated after we eat, and then that sends us down the guilt and like this guilt tunnel, and then we associate fear and stress around our food choices. And this is something I hear about so much is, women being afraid to go to holiday gatherings because they are afraid of the choices that they will make. And that's what I want to help you get rid of today is that mindset. So eating healthy does not have to mean that you are deprived. It's all about that balance and intention. So I think intention is the most important part when you are going into this setting, into these, the holidays, is having that intention. So first of all, what are some healthy holiday swaps that we can um, swap, right? So I'm going to talk about some ingredients first. And then of course I will share my guide with you guys. So everybody who hops on this call, everybody who joins this training is going to get access to this healthy holiday recipe swap guide. But first of all, some things I want you to think about. How can I just swap out a few ingredients to make my foods a little bit healthier? So when it comes to our sweets, when it comes to desserts, you can easily swap out refined sugar with honey, maple syrup, or coconut sugar. So those are some amazing options. You can use almond flour or oat flour instead of white flour. And one of my favorites is you can try Greek yogurt or coconut cream to give your foods that creamy texture instead of heavy whipping cream. So for example, if you're in Utah, You have heard, I'm sure, of a place called Cafe Rio. It is one of my absolute favorite places to eat. And they make this really delicious creamy tomatillo dressing. And I actually made it last night with Greek yogurt instead of mayo. And then also it asked for buttermilk, and I didn't want to put buttermilk in. So I just added a little bit more Greek yogurt and I added some whole milk to it instead. If you don't want to have whole milk, or if you are dairy free, you could add an almond milk instead. So lots of different ways to get creative with making your foods just a little bit healthier. So some comfort foods around the holidays. Everybody loves mashed potatoes. So I am including one of our famous cauliflower mash recipes instead. Now I love mashed potatoes as well, and you can, cut back on the butter and cut back on the milk to make it a little bit healthier. However, it just still doesn't quite have that same flavor. So that is why I am including the cauliflower mash, and ultimately it does depend on you. So for me personally, mashed potatoes are something I really enjoy, and I would probably that would be in my 20%. That would be one of my soul foods. So that's just my personal opinion. However, I wanted to give you guys something that you would be able to enjoy when it comes to a mashed potato, or those comfort foods, right? And then you can also replace breadcrumbs with ground nuts or oats instead. So this is a great option. And yeah, it's like you can stuff either your stuffing, or you'll see one of these recipes I'm going to share with you guys. You can put some nuts on top instead of oh sorry, replace breadcrumbs with ground nuts or oats in the stuffing. Okay, I read it's a little incorrect, but yes. Breadcrumbs, if you're trying to keep those calories down a little bit, breadcrumbs, or adding in ground nuts or oats is a great option. Some beverages. So a lot of people absolutely love eggnog around this time of the year. So I am including a healthy holiday, like a swap for you guys to try a homemade eggnog, and you can sweeten it with unsweetened almond milk and stevia instead of that full buying a full thing of eggnog from the grocery store. I was at a holiday party this last weekend, and one of the girls actually brought some eggnog for for the party as a dessert or as a treat. And a lot of people that I talk to can't even, so this is another way to kind of make it a little less caloric, high or dense calorie wise, like adding something to the eggnog to make it not so thick, I guess. But to be honest, you guys, I'm not much of a I'm not much of an eggnog drinker as it is. I just wanted to include a healthy recipe here for you guys, since I know so many people do love eggnog during this time of the year. And then when it comes to beverages as well, spiced herbal teas are a great festive drink option. And I have a fun recipe that I'm sharing with you as well. That is a cranberry spritzer. So this is something, the recipe I included is non-alcoholic. However, this is something you could add alcohol to if you wanted to add. Alyssa, welcome. Do you have any? So far I have shared just a few ways, a few ingredients to swap out, and then also shared a few different ideas of recipes that I am sharing with you guys at the end. Let me ask you this. What is your favorite holiday treat?
I wanna say it has to be hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate. Oh,
Mhm.
ooh,
Or
okay.
hot apple cider.
Okay, I
That
like
one's a good
that.
one.
I was gonna say with the what is it called? Hot chocolate. One thing I did or have done in the past is just taken. Have you ever tried the Fairlife protein shakes?
I haven't.
So
Actually, you know what? I have. It was a long time ago, now that I recall. Yes, I have.
uh-huh. So I've taken that in the past and literally just warmed it up, and obviously 30 grams of protein, great option there instead of a high sugar um hot chocolate, or, you know, finding a good hot or a good chocolate protein that you like and either adding in some almond milk or some sort of base and then warming it up is another great option to enjoy your hot chocolate without all the calories. And so you missed the beginning. In the beginning, I was talking all about you know, just having that balance and setting in intentions when it comes to the holidays. So just having that mindset that eating healthy does not have to be mean depriving yourselves of the foods that you love. So if hot chocolate is something that you absolutely love, then I would make exceptions for that, right? Instead of swapping it. Or it depends. You know, maybe you've had plenty of treats for the day and you're like, hey, I really want hot chocolate tonight. So I am going to do a healthier option. Hi, Cami. A healthier option of that hot chocolate. So all righty, let's dive in. So I've already talked a little bit about some different foods, some items that you can swap out. And I think it's always super important as well to talk about how to navigate the holiday gatherings. And I know I've actually done a lot of trainings on these in the past few days. So for those of you just joining, make sure you guys go back and watch the beginning because I think the beginning is going to be the most important. Just the different ways that you can add swap foods out to make recipes a little bit healthier is what I talked about in the beginning. So just a few things that you could do when you are going to these festive holiday parties, holiday gatherings, is, you know, plan ahead. So what does that look like? Maybe that's bringing a healthier dish of your own to share. One thing I always focus on is making sure that I'm eating healthier, balanced meals before attending the party. So throughout the day, if I know I'm going to a dinner, I'm going to make sure I'm getting my protein intake in throughout the day, making sure that I am at that, you know, at that holiday gathering, making sure I'm still prioritizing protein, make sure I'm prioritizing fiber. And, you know, maybe that's when you eat one of your healthier dishes. Also, I think I'd like to throw in here that it ultimately depends too on how many holiday gatherings you're going to. If you're going to, let's say you're going to one per week, a little indulgence isn't going to be, you know, ruin all the progress that you made. If you have like 3 or 4 parties a week, that's where you might want to stick to some, maybe it is sticking with your calorie goal or your nutrition goal, so that you do avoid overeating or, you know, just overeating for the whole week, right? So thinking about your average of calories for the week and making sure you're not going overboard too much. Always, this is my number one thing. And I know a lot of you, like Cami did this, I believe Shelly did this as well. The one plate rule, it is definitely a great way to navigate the holidays. Alyssa, do you know what the one plate rule is?
One plate rule.
Uh-huh. So we do this for Thanksgiving or Christmas dinners or Christmas Eve dinner.
One serving.
When a lot of times at Thanksgiving, right? That's completely just, it's a day of eating. So have one plate, and on that one plate, you can have anything that you want, but limit yourself to one plate and not go back for those seconds. So that's what we call our one plate rule. And then most importantly, be present, slow down, savor each bite, listen to your body's fullness cues, and just be present with your family. So those are the main tips that I have for you when it comes to navigating holiday gatherings. Drinking your water, moving your body. I know I've done some trainings just specific on navigating the holidays. So if you guys want that, let me know and I will reshare those with you. But today's main goal was to talk about those holiday swap guides. So real quick, I have a guide. I'll share my screen real quick. I'm going to share this with you guys, and then I will make sure to drop the link in the chat so you guys can have it. Oh, where's share? All right, so here is and this is just a few different recipes. So this is our holiday swap guide. So I put together flourless cookies or chocolate cookies. So that's a great option. So earlier, at the beginning, I was talking about different ways that you could sweeten your desserts or like swap out items for your desserts. So, swapping refined sugars for honey, maple syrup, coconut sugar, those are some great options. So as you can see, this one has coconut sugar in it. We do almond butter. So that's the swap for this one. Healthy gingerbread cookies. So you can do oat flour instead of, bleached flour. We have molasses in this one. You can change up molasses for maple syrup or even honey. This one also has coconut sugar in it as well. So those are just some swaps for you guys to think about. And then I added in, so those are the two desserts I threw in. These are two of your well, this is a meal and a side. So turkey and cranberry stuffed bell peppers. And then we have garlic herb cauliflower mash. So I talked about earlier, you could switch mashed potatoes for a cauliflower mashed potato or mash, which is great. A lot for me personally. I was talking about 80-20 earlier. I do love mashed potatoes and I prefer mashed potatoes over cauliflower mash. However, this is great if you're looking for a alternative. And these oh yeah, egg replacements would work too. Yes. So even eggs replacing with egg whites too. So that's another way if we're working on lowering fat. And then this is the low cal eggnog that I talked about, and then this cranberry spritzer. So you guys will get a copy of this. I'll send it over. And do you guys have any questions? I know we kind of missed the beginning, but I did kind of throw some of it in there a little bit, or a few of the tips as I was sharing these 6 ingredients. So just to kind of wrap things up a little bit, the main thing to think about is balance and intention when it comes to navigating the holidays. I think the most important thing is being present and being there with being present with your families and enjoying the holidays for what they, thinking about what the holidays are all about versus prioritizing or just focusing on the food at each of the get-togethers. So again, I'll share this recipe. I'll share this link with you guys. Actually, I can do that real quick. I'll just drop it in the comments. And then I will make sure you have it as well. Did I copy it? There we go. I will make sure that it goes with the recording as well. So there is that. So Alyssa, she talked about adding egg as a replacement. Does anybody else have any other swaps? I remember, Cami, you had made a pecan pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that recipe too, because I did all those same things. Used coconut sugar and maple syrup, and the crust was almond flour, stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
and it was really good. It was very runny. I kept it in the fridge, and then you could heat it. And also, if you're making your own whipped cream, or if you read the labels, you can buy one that has cane sugar that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup in the can. So those are some of the things that I've done.
Awesome. I love it. Alyssa, you said dairy. So swapping out dairy. Yeah. Yes, exactly. With like almond milk or coconut milk.
Yeah, almond milk, coconut milk works, oat milk. There's a butter brand called Miyoko's as well. They make like butter and cheeses and stuff, and it's a plant-based. So that way you don't get the dairy if that's something that's concerning for some people. There's one other thing that I was thinking of too. Oh yeah, I believe they make coconut heavy whipping cream too.
Oh
They
yeah.
can make whipped cream with coconut.
Ooh, I have bought in coconut whipped cream before, but I haven't tried their like heavy whipping. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, so there's so many amazing alternatives out there just to just an idea of how you can swap a few things out. So thank you guys for sharing, and thank you for joining me. One other thing I wanted to mention before we hop off our call today is, oh, thank you for putting it in the comments, Alyssa. One other thing I wanted to mention is if you guys haven't seen, we are doing an Adopt a Family, and we did this last year and it was awesome. So much fun. And just a great way to give back. So if you guys know of anybody a family that's in need this year, make sure to nominate them. So we have a form you just fill out who they are, why you believe this family deserves to be chosen, and then how we can contact them and you. And then so last year I opened it up to donations, and then from there the FitLife matched those donations, and we did a gift card last year for a family that the husband was going through cancer treatment, and yeah, so it was just great to be able to help them out. We gave them a gift card and they were able to get, groceries and stuff for the year. So just if you guys know anybody, let me actually see if I can I'll share that. I know all three of you, so I will share that with you guys if you haven't seen it, instead of diving in and going and pulling it up real quick. But yes, or if you don't know anybody, if you could just share to your stories or share on your Facebooks, I would super appreciate that. So the more the word we can spread, the more people we can get nominated and help. So maybe we'll even choose 2 families. We'll see. We've had a few nominations come through so far, and they're like very deserving families. So it's going to be a hard choice. It always is. But of course, if you guys know anybody, feel free to share that with them. So thank you guys for joining me today on our live. And this will be recorded so you can catch the beginning that you missed. And as always, I'll see you next Monday for our next live training. Thank you. Bye, guys.